What work? What is that? Like, I don't do that. What? Ain't no topics no more, man. I'm done.
Yeah.
You sure? Or should we come back?
I think that'd be a good call to do it.
We just quit right now?
No, I'm having fun.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like you said, when it feels like work, that's when we do it.
Well, I'm having fun
right now.
too.
Yeah, I'm always having fun. Come on.
You know I'm having fun? Because I just dropped the logo. I just dropped the logo to somebody that is a big supporter of our channel.
I was...
You know?
I thought you were talking about Juju for a second. Because he's having fun on the milk crate.
Oh, no. Well, you know, some people milk crate, but you know what helps with the milk crate? When your aerodynamic is right. And you know how you get your aerodynamic right? When you use that lawnmower 4.0. You know, the one with the light.
So Juju didn't need the spotters?
Who needs a spotter when you're aerodynamic, baby? Because when it's hot, because it's the summertime right now, it's still August. When it's hot, you know, you perspire a little bit, and that perspiration could alter your balance. We know hair in certain areas, you know, promotes a little bit more heat, which promotes a little bit more perspiration. But when you use that lawnmower 4.0, baby, we trim that grass. And when you trim that grass, you get a little more wind down that way, and that should help those people out. And that's how you get that bounce like that. And that's why my man was able to just pop, down the thing like
Completed
that.
The milk crate challenge.
Absolutely, man. So if you want to complete the milk crate challenge, baby, what you need to do is get that lawnmower 4.0. All right, that performance package 4.0. But more importantly, you need to use that promo code, which is MOATS. And when you use that promo code, you get 20% off along with free shipping. Who doesn't want free shipping? Who doesn't want 20% off? Who doesn't want to be aerodynamic below the waist? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Crop reviver, crop refresher. Can't go wrong with it, baby. Manscaped. Trust us. We're the experts. We talk about it and we try it, man. Listen, when we say the delicate twins appreciate it, they will. All right. Once again, we'll do a positive and negative. Top 4. And we get it out of there, man. Starting with them New York Jetties. How you feeling about them, man? Well, actually, you went first last time.
Okay.
You should go first again. Go for it.
Okay. They don't have Adam Gase anymore.
Now, that's a big positive. Major positive.
Zach Wilson looks pretty good. I just don't know if they have enough weapons. They brought in Corey Davis. I don't even know who the hell their running back is, to be honest with you. I think they brought in Tevin Coleman, but if he's your running back number 1, that's not good. They're just not going to be that good this year. They're just not. Their roster, everyone outside of Zach Wilson, I mean, they got Quinnen Williams on the defensive line. Tevin Coleman is their
running back, bro.
Is CJ Mosley even coming back?
He played in their preseason game, their final preseason game. He was back out there, but somebody else got hurt in that game as well for them.
Their defense has been respectable. I remember in 2019 when we played them, they were like a top 10 defense. I don't know if they dipped too much last year. I wasn't keeping my eye on the Jets. I know they were trying to tank for Trevor Lawrence. They couldn't do that successfully, but looks like they found a guy in Zach Wilson. That's about it. I mean, they're not going to be good this year, I don't think. He might be the bright spot. He might put up some fantasy stats or something, but I'm not expecting anything more than like 5 or 6 wins. Yeah,
100%, man. Zach Wilson's the bright spot. Adam Gase being gone is definitely the bright spot. Because, they needed quarterback play. Sam Darnold clearly wasn't enough there. But I'm still not sold on Zach Wilson being the savior. And he's just going to
No, not the savior. At least it'll make this season interesting. Maybe we'll make some cool plays that'll make Instagram.
Absolutely.
I'm serious.
Maybe he could do his TikTok, though. You know, the throw of the pro, or was it the pro day throw? Or he won the pro day off of a throw, whatever it was. Yeah, maybe he could do that one.
Like I said, though, that type of shit doesn't equate to winning, but it could be cool for the kids.
Talk, Deke.
Could be cool for the kids on TikTok.
Talk your talk, Deke.
Makes you look better than what you really are, but it's cool. He does have a good arm. I mean, just everything about that team. you know, I said organization for the Ravens. I'll say organization for the Jets. They're not doing anything.
Yeah, I agree, man. When I think of the Jets defensively, I like some of the pieces, but I don't think they have enough. I don't think they have enough on either side of the ball. In terms of the O-line, I like Mekhi Becton. I think that he'll continue to improve and help them out, but still, bro, it's the Jets. Like they are a team that needs some more improvement. That's a nice way to put it. And the running back situation isn't enough where it's going to be able to alleviate some of the pressure off of Zach Wilson and off of that O-line. If you're not able to run the ball, you're going to be forced to play one-dimensional. And we saw it, even in Pittsburgh last year, when you play one-dimensional ball, even with the future Hall of Famer quarterback, it is tough to win like that. So yeah, with the Jets, I think that's how they end up, man. Same category, same situation, baby.
They got to play the Dolphins twice, the Bills twice, and the Patriots twice.
Yeah.
Right there, just out of their division.
Absolutely, man.
It's not going to be good for them. Although I do think the Dolphins are overrated.
Well, I was going to ask, man. Talk this Dolphins talk, man, since you brought them up, man.
Yeah, they're overrated. I think that. I mean, positives, I think the Jalen Waddle pick's going to be pretty nice for them.
Okay.
Secchi's kind of good.
He is, though. He
Devontae
gave us some issues a couple times.
Devontae Parker's kind of nice. Defense is pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
Two is limited. That's their problem. That's going to be their problem.
I like how you went from saying all positives and you just drop in and two is limited. That's the problem. Like, dude, we ain't even got to the negatives yet. Like, come on, man. Keep the balance and the flow going here, man. It's not your first rodeo, all right?
I'm sorry,
Sheesh.
Okay? I'm sorry. I just had to throw it out there.
I figured you did. I like when you get your passion off like that, though, man.
No, yeah, they got a good team. The cornerbacks are good with Xavier Howard, Byron Jones.
Yeah. I mean, they're really good. I mean, when I think of them defensively, they have pieces. When I think of them offensively, I like the things that they've done. The receivers, I mean, they have skill position people. They got an O-line now. They got everything that you would want. Quarterback is a big question. Some people still think Tua can get it done down there. I'm skeptical of it. Very skeptical of him. And yeah, I don't want to say that he isn't the guy, but I don't necessarily believe that he is just yet, man. I don't. Seeing how they handled him last year did not make me feel confident about him. Seeing how it was this offseason and how they talked about him, it wasn't the most confidence in him as well. And knowing that they're in a division where they're going to have to play Buffalo, yeah, it ain't looking too good for my man Tua down there. So, yeah. I do like Brian Flores, though. I do think that he's another bright spot to that organization. He's another positive with them, though.
I don't think it's a coincidence you're seeing some of this stuff come out where they're looking at Deshaun Watson.
Because I saw those reports as well, and that once again I just think it's that they don't believe into it. Yeah.
That's why I wouldn't be surprised if Cam went down there and started.
Yeah. See, great place for Cam to go. Great place for Cam to go, man. In fact, Watson and Cam could go there.
You know what?
Man.
We talked about AFC South last podcast or 2 podcasts ago, so we don't even need to talk about the Texans, right? And what type of moves they could be making.
Just sit him down there. Sit him over there, man. You good? Let my dog live for a little bit, man. Jeez, y'all always trying to get rid of my boy. All right, next up on the list, man. We got to go with them. No, we haven't hit the dark side though for Miami. What's your negative on them?
Defense? Oh, negative? Yeah, Tua. No, Tua.
Yes. Okay.
I think he's limited. I just don't think he's it for them. It's unfortunate because a lot of people thought he was going to be the savior for the NFL. Mm-hmm. I thought he was going to be like the number one prospect and everything. He's just not it, though. He just isn't. I don't think the arm strength is there. Eye test, doesn't pass it. Nothing against him personally. Yeah. Just don't see it.
I feel like he went from looking like so just confident and big game, can always play, even at times looking bored with the competition while playing at Bama. I just don't feel like he's looked the same or been the same since he had the hip injury. Remember the one where like we tried to come back and they really like set him down. Like to me, I don't know. He just, the confidence doesn't, like when he's on the field, not necessarily confidence in his physical health, but just the confidence in his play, like his demeanor, his swagger. Like I just don't feel like he's the same guy. Could it be because he's in the NFL now? Maybe. But to me, guys that were confident or played with confidence collegiately typically come out there and play with that same confidence, that same swagger professionally. Now, not everybody is as productive, but you still see the way they carry themselves. Like to me, his body language doesn't scream that confidence to me anymore. And if you're not confident, you're the player, why the heck am I going to be confident in you? You know, that's kind of how I look at them.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. All right.
2 more teams.
All right, let's take it on up to New England then. New England? You know them New Englands? Them peoples? How you feeling?
I got a sneaky feeling they're going to be pretty good this year.
I do too.
Just because of Mac Jones. Oh. They're going to be throwing it back to Brady offense. And you want to go to positives too, actually. Their running back room is always weird, but their running backs might be pretty good this year with Stevenson now, Harris, obviously. Yeah. They still have White. I think I'm even missing a dude, but they brought those pieces.
It's Sonny Michel, right?
They got rid of him.
Yeah,
Didn't they send him to the Rams?
They did. He got traded.
Yeah, that was the guy I was missing. He's not even there anymore.
Yep.
So those 3 running backs might be pretty solid for them. Line's good.
Whatever happened to Rex Burkhead? Remember he went there for like a year or 2?
Yeah.
Left from Cincinnati? Jeez.
Danny Woodhead. Who else was that? Shane Vereen was kind of good for them. And he was always hurt though.
They had the cat. They used to wear the black visor. Ridley, Stephen Ridley.
Yeah. He had a really good season for them.
Bernard Parler was the one that just changed his life.
Yeah, he signed with us the one time. I don't know if he ever saw the field, but Yeah, receivers, I guess they like the guys that they picked up. Aguilar, I think they overspent.
We both think they overspent.
Who else they pick up? Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah.
Tight ends, though, perennially hurt.
Yep. He's still Henry. Hurt right now.
I think Jonnu Smith got hurt, but those tight ends are really solid. And with what Belichick wants to do, having Mac Jones in there, I think they're going to be good. And the defense is always going to be, top 6, 7, whatever it is. Although Stephon Gilmore's going to miss the first 6 weeks. I think they threw him on the pup.
Yeah.
Defense should be fine. I think they're going to be improved as much as I thought they did overpay. Their weapons last year were trash.
Yeah.
I think their weapons are a little improved. And then you add Mac Jones. Running game's going to be good. Offensive line. Belichick, I think they're going to be pretty good. They'll be in the playoffs. I don't think they'll win the division, though.
Yeah. With New England, man, they're always going to be in that conversation. Even last year when they were struggling, they would still have games where it was competitive. I mean, they would make it interesting.
Oh, they had some terrible ones, but yeah, you're right.
They're a well-coached team. They bring in players who buy into that system, and that's why they're always going to be in these conversations. But in terms of the positives, for me, is Belichick. That's the biggest positive. I know we throw the whole Mac Jones looks like Brady, so we automatically just assume that he's going to play like Brady and they're going to come out the gate and be awesome. If it does, cool for them. I'm just a little skeptical of it, but I feel like with Belichick, his ability to create situations for Mac Jones to survive in or thrive in, and his ability to just make you as an offense play left-handed. Like, he's going to never allow your best player or your option A to beat him. That's just how he does. Every time we would play them, they was going to make sure AB won't go and do anything. Like,
please tell me you saw the thing from Asante Samuel today.
No, what did he say?
He said Belichick's not a great coach.
Oh, man.
And then he doubled down on it. He went on first take and stuff and was talking about
he might be the only one I've heard say that then, man.
He was like, it was all Brady up there. We can't deny they were a great pairing and they both fed off each other. But to say Belichick's not a great coach, holy hell.
Wow. I don't know what they got going on personally, but sometimes that's how I feel when statements like that are made. It's something personal there, man. I don't know, but yeah, because from what I've seen, Brady don't play defense. Brady don't call defense. Brady don't play special teams. Brady don't call special teams. And they typically have had some guys on defense and special teams
they've always had a top 10 defense. Always.
And not top 10 players either.
No.
Which screams coaching. That doesn't scream player. That doesn't scream Brady.
Think of the dudes that they got rid of.
Coaching. They traded Chandler Jones in the middle of Chandler Jones being their best pass rusher. Like, they got rid of Jamie Collins when Jamie Collins was like all world for them. Like, they don't care about players like that. It's the scheme, man. They're gonna bring in the right guys, and that's how they operate. So, I mean, I'm a Asante Samuel fan. I'm even an Asante Samuel Jr. fan. But I do disagree with him in that statement right there.
He was giving some bad takes on it. Dude, he was like, to be great, you have to prove that you could do it elsewhere without the unit that was around you, which is just asinine.
Brady's unit in Tampa was a way better unit than what.
That's why I left.
I was like, what are we talking about here? Like, if Brady had that
so it's like, never left. Yeah. So what are you saying then? Aaron Rodgers, because he's been on the Packers this whole time, isn't great. Russell Wilson. Man. It just didn't make sense what he was saying. I thought
it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. So
it might be something personal.
Wasn't a fan of that. But what's your negative for them, man?
Ooh. Wow. I just don't think they have enough explosiveness. Those guys that they picked up with like Aguilar, Bourne. Maybe you could point to Mac Jones' inexperience too. Like first year, I think that might be the thing that caps them when they're going late into the season.
Yeah, for me,
he's gonna keep them good though. But when it comes down to it, whenever you're facing off against the Chiefs, Bills, us, that might be what hurts them.
Yeah, that was a part of it for me. I look more so at Mac Jones just inexperience. I think early on, when he's protected before a lot of film is out on him at the NFL level, I think that he'll be fine. But as we talked about before with younger players, we saw this with Mason when he had a little success early. We saw this with Duck when he had a little bit of success. The longer you're out there and the longer you play, the more defensive coordinators and players get a chance to get film on you. And when the more film they get, now we can start to see not just what you do good, but your tendencies. Why are you doing these things good? Okay, well, what do you struggle with? And now you can formulate plans. Now you start to expose those guys. And that's typically why younger players, they'll start out and they'll have a couple of games where they're hot or they look really good, and then it catches up to them. So for me, when I think of Mac Jones, I could see that scenario where later in the year, especially when you're talking about going to a team like Buffalo, that's going to be a tough matchup for him, man. And I can see him struggling in games like that down the stretch, man.
Yep.
So that's like my knock on them. But I guess the last one in the AFC East, huh?
Yeah.
Good old Buffalo, huh? I figure you'll go first on this one as well, man. You know.
Positive.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Josh Allen, man. He's legit. I've come around to him. Can't really say anything bad about him.
Oh, say that again. I ain't hear what you said, bro. Who'd you say?
Unless we're talking playoffs. But
who'd you say?
Huh?
I ain't hear what you said. What?
Josh Allen?
Oh.
Nah, dude, he's good. He's legit. You just got to see him do it late in the playoffs. Now he's just got to win.
Because where did they go last year in the playoffs? I don't even remember.
AFC Championship. They had a really good season. Josh Allen had a really good season. Hats off to them. Their offense is going to be good this year. He's going to be really good. So that's their big positive.
Fair enough.
They're on a really good trajectory as a team. Their coach is good.
Yeah.
They're going to win the division.
All right, then. All right. Yeah, for the positives, they got a former Steeler, Emmanuel Sanders. So there you go. That's a positive right there. That's the reason why they're going to be a good team, because they have a former Steeler on their team, and that's all it takes for them to be good. So, yeah.
Just like the Bucks had the whole Steeler coaching staff. Is that what you think it is?
As long as the Steeler is available to you and you have one on the roster, you have Tyler Matakavich on the defensive side. Yeah, they're good, man. Yep, that's the whole reason. Yeah. But dude, they're loaded. For me, when I think of the O-line, they can protect. When I think of the quarterback, I mean, we saw the small sample of, I think he played 2 quarters in the preseason. I mean, he looked the way we were hype about Ben. That's how Bills people were hype about Josh. Couple series, he did some pretty cool things. So absolutely, man, that's a huge reason, for why they should be excited. But more so for me, man, the receivers, Emmanuel Sanders really being there. I think that's a big boost, because you lose John Brown.
He got cut.
Yeah, but to me, you're talking about John, right?
Yeah.
The
Raiders.
But with Emmanuel, I just think he gives you more, like I said, in terms of his route running, and just being a better pure wide receiver than John Brown was for them. When you talk about having 4 receivers like they had, that's going to put you in some situations where you're forced to play small ball, and they have 2 running backs that can make you, struggle a little bit if you're having to match up a linebacker on them predominantly for the whole game. So for me, I just think that the whole offense as a whole, that's their best thing. All right, what's their negative, man?
I'm hearing some stuff about their rush defense.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Steelers could maybe have a game against them here. Early on, Najee Harris, Big Ben, dialing up some play action even. That has nothing to do with the rush defense.
What?
It kind of does, because if we're doing good with Najee, we can keep you off balance. But no, that's kind of what I'm hearing. I mean, they tried to address that a little bit in the draft by bringing in Russo. I think wasn't their second pick on another defensive end or tackle.
Yep.
That's about it. Their defense is pretty solid too. They're a top 10 worst case, maybe top 6-7 defense right now. Yeah,
for me, I mean, I don't want to piggyback, but I definitely could see that in terms of the rush defense. They struggled with that last year. They did some things to improve it. The only reason why I didn't jump on the Steelers could take advantage of is because our O-line. You got to get moving up front for play action to work. You got to get moving up front.
That Dotson more side though.
Okay. All right. Keep it to the left then. We're good. Keep it left. We're good. You're right. All right. I was thinking, we're right-handed. We're going to run it right. I'm like, man, we got headband and we got my man.
I'm good with that too. We got Green.
It's all good. I'll play it. But I'll believe when I see it. As long as it's not going to take much for me to believe. I want to believe. So it shouldn't take long. If you give me a quarter of it where it looks like it's, something believable, and I will be in here singing their praises. I promise I will. But they got to show it first. I ain't just going to hand that to them, man. So yeah.
But just as the Bills as a whole.
Say it again now?
Just for the Bills as a whole, you're talking rush defense.
The rush defense is definitely a concern. But for me also, I will say Devin Singletary. Now, he's their other running back, right? So he was the guy that they drafted and
he was supposed to be the guy.
He was supposed to be the guy that was the reason why they got rid of LaShawn McCoy as well. He hasn't really lived up to it consistently enough. Now, it's been for multiple reasons, but he hasn't been consistent enough. Whereas Zach Moss, I really like his game. I think he's the more complete back, but I think Devin gives you more of the X factor. Until I see Devin put it together again, that's, to me, I think is one of the parts that limits them a little bit. Offense in terms of what they want to do, because Zach still runs well. Zach can still catch at the backfield, but Devin is the better athlete
as that wiggle.
Yeah, he gives you that. Whereas Zach,
more speed.
Zach is no nonsense though. When Zach get the ball, he's going. You know, he's going to do that, but it's not. You don't have that same type of like threat. I feel like with Zach as you do with Singletary.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
All right, so how we seeing them finish? Because I did put a poll up. I'll end this poll right now. You know, I got to poll it up every once in a while. All right, and it looks like the poll will come on, man. I just ended it. Can I get the official numbers, please? But either way, it was heavy Bills winning that thing. Yeah, I was trying to get the other 2 to 3 so we could get my little read on it. But yeah,
Bills 1, Patriots 2.
Here we go. No, it was Bills 1, Dolphins 2 at 9%. No. Patriots at 8%, and Jets got 2. How did Jets get 2%, but the Bengals couldn't even get 2%? If the Bengals and the Jets playing head to head, I'm taking the Bengals. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
All right. This is kind of crazy. So it's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Bills 1, Patriots 2, 3 Dolphins, 4 Jets. That's my take on it. And Patriots at 2, they'll be competing for a playoff spot.
But for me, man, the way I have it finishing up, man, I got Jets coming in at 4, Dolphins 3rd, Patriots at 2, and I got Bills at 1, man. I think that they are the cream of that division. The Patriots, if Mac Jones can play consistent and that team can bounce back from everything that happened last year, and obviously the receivers can be what they think they'll be, they'll make it interesting. But outside of that, man, the Bills just got to stay healthy. I think that they'll be the best team in the AFC East easily, man. Easily.
I agree.
Yeah.